Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel, to another video, to 6 things we learned from Chelsea 2, Real Madrid 0. A sensation of nothing like I've ever actually experienced before in my life. I'm actually close to tears because I'm so happy for my team, for my club, for my players, for my manager, for all of you watching this, because this whole season has been a bit weird. We've not been able to go to matches. We've not been able to experience things. We've not been able to take in the atmosphere and inflict damage on our opponents based off of our voices because it's not been possible. But tonight, Real Madrid, the greatest team in the history of this competition, come into our town, to our house, and we send them out like nothing ever happened before. It was honestly one of the most, in my whole life, it was one of the best Chelsea and the most emotional Chelsea performances I've ever felt. We were insane. We were incredible. We were absolutely incredible out there tonight in every single way. I'm going to say this before we get into the meat and potatoes of what this series is, which is 6 things we learned. A series where I try and dissect every Chelsea game in a traffic light system, green, yellow, red, based off of what I feel as a fan I've seen from my team and my players. And I could give everyone a blue box, which is the ultimate best thing. But I'm not going to do that because I'm going to try and keep this professional. But honestly, I've literally just got through my front door, screwed up the first recording because I didn't actually turn the microphones on. I am so proud. I am absolutely incredibly proud of my team. And again, I've not really talked about COVID in football because it's to me, I haven't felt that much of a... I miss going to Stamford Bridge, but I've not felt like I'm missing too much because Chelsea have still played. Every week there's been a game. Every weekend there's been a match. And this was the first time where I'm sat here in Southeast Asia, and this is a personal thing, we'll get into the football in a second, but it's the first time I felt like I'm really missing out on something. Even though I'm not there and no one can go in the stadium, I just wish I was in London. You know, and to win and to be around my friends here who are Chelsea fans means so flipping much. And I'm so proud of the boys because a Champions League final, a Champions League final doesn't come around every week. It doesn't come around every year. It doesn't even come around every half a decade. And Chelsea, what we've done in the competition this year, we've beaten Sevilla, an incredible side. The other sides in the group respect, but Sevilla are different. Atletico Madrid, the champions of Portugal, Real Madrid. And this is a young Chelsea team who just a few months ago, we all thought that we were doomed, that we were going to finish mid-table in the Premier League and we had no chance in Europe, no chance in the FA Cup. We were dreaming of silverware, but where was it going to come from? Thomas Tuchel has come in, taken over our club and has worked beyond wonders. And what we've achieved tonight, whether we win the final or not, I want to make it incredibly clear because I say this a lot, but as a football fan, I will savor this moment forever. I will savor the moment which extends the dream that is following your team in the crazy diluted world that might be that you could win the biggest competition in football. And right now, I'm absolutely loving that thought. I'm loving that idea. And it's 5 minutes into the recording, and I'm sorry I've not got into the meat and potatoes. I'm about to. So box number 1, I want to give a blue box to my personal man of the match. I would love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments down below. But N'Golo Kante. This man has been a man who, again, personal story. If there's ever a time to get emotional, it's when I'm flipping nearly on the verge of tears. This man actually followed me on Twitter a few days before he actually signed for Chelsea, which I found a bit bizarre. And at the time I wasn't making Chelsea videos, so I didn't really buy into the whole idea oh, Kante follows me and I make Chelsea videos sometimes on YouTube. Maybe he's gonna sign for us. It wasn't a thing. He just followed me and I was fanboying. I'm this guy he follows me. This is incredible. But ever since that moment, and ever since I've heard about what people say about N'Golo Kante on the football pitch, I've always realised that football for N'Golo Kante is something that maybe he didn't even plan to be good at. Maybe he didn't even plan to be able to play for an underdog team and dismantle Real Madrid. And whenever I watch Kante play, I feel like there is this unwavering confidence within him that no matter who it is that is running up to him, no matter how many people criticize his age, people say like he's getting on a little bit, whatever. N'Golo Kante sits there, he soaks it up, he makes the tackles, he tries to dribble around people. Kante tonight, this whole Chelsea performance, I don't know how to stress this in a video. I know we've not won the competition, I get that. But to make it to a final by beating Real Madrid the way that we did, to me, I'm so incredibly proud. And Kante, I think, was absolutely monumental. He's a player who came to the Premier League, demolished the league with Leicester, came to Chelsea, did the same again in just his second season in the division. And I think tonight, out of everything I saw, be it Timo Werner's goal, Mason Mount's goal, Pulisic's intervention off the bench, incredible stuff. I think Kante, starting from minute 0 against Real Madrid, I think he was absolutely incredible. And the reason I've given him a blue box is because this is my series, this is my channel, this is our channel. And watching that game tonight, I felt an anxiety and a nerve that was like nothing I've actually experienced for a long, long time. And when I saw Kante anywhere near a Real Madrid player, I felt calm. I felt like he knew what was going on. He knew where the ball was going to be tried to play to. And even against world-class players that Real Madrid have, I felt confident when N'Golo Kante. And I think tonight he was the best player on the pitch. And we move into box number 2. And box number 2 for me tonight is given to Tony Rudiger, who I said it in my preview, I said that Rudiger is an absolute no-brainer to start in the Chelsea starting 11 for me right now, because he's been phenomenal since Thomas Tuchel came in. And I think tonight again, he showed against Karim Benzema, Eden Hazard, arguably the most talented player to ever wear the Chelsea shirt, absolutely monumental. When the balls were coming in, Real Madrid were getting desperate. They're putting the balls over the top. Rudiger's jumping in the air, getting rid of everything. He was absolutely immense. And I think the turnaround when Tuchel came in from Rudiger has been absolutely incredible. And whether Chelsea win or lose the final to Manchester City or not, I'm so proud of every player out on that pitch. And I think Rudiger is one of them that, as a Chelsea fan who makes these videos, I am so happy to sit here and say that I got it wrong about him. I didn't think he was this good. And I could sit here and talk all day about the nuance, but box number 3, I want to talk about the match winner, the man who wrapped it up for Chelsea to send us to a Champions League final. And I want to move into box number 3 because this is the first time I've ever made a video where I'm actually pretty drunk and I actually want to get to the point. Box number 3 is for Mason Mount. He's the man who sealed the deal for Chelsea. And I want to talk about this not just about football, but because I know that you guys, Chelsea fans right now, are absolutely reveling in this moment. You're reveling in what we've just done. And for me, since Frank Lampard took over as manager and Mason Mount became a Chelsea player, I've reveled in this idea of our academy boys, Chelsea, that I fell in love with when I was a child. And even as a kid, even though I knew I was never going to become a professional footballer, I always dreamt about maybe one day putting on a Chelsea shirt and playing for Chelsea. I knew it was not going to happen. But to see someone like Mason Mount in a Champions League semi-final deliver against Real Madrid, for me, it's what makes me emotional. It's what makes me feel this sense of pride of the club that I've chosen to support for so long. And I know you guys aren't here to hear my sob story, so I'm going to try and focus back on the football. But again, Real Madrid, they had to come here and try and score a goal. Not only did they not score a goal, they didn't even flip in. Mendy made some great saves in the first half, but in the second half, I feel as though the students of our academy have schooled the greatest club in European history. We've absolutely schooled them. We've sent them there and be like, you know what? It doesn't matter how good your answers are because the marker is taking the bloody piss. Chelsea were incredible. Mason Mount, I think his energy was insane. And the realistic reason why I've given him the last box is because he scored the winning goal. And it made me go absolutely mental in the pub I was in. We move into box number 4. And box number 4 is for a man who goes by the name of Edouard Mendy. He made so many big saves in that first half. I think as the game went on, I become progressively more confident in what Chelsea were doing. It felt as though there was like every tackle that we made felt like a microcosm of the evolution of what we might be about to come as a club. And tonight, as the game progressed, as we got closer to the end, despite my nerves growing minute by minute, I did feel as though I was witnessing an evolution of our team, which again, we've not won the Champions League. I'm not trying to act like we've already won the competition, but for me, it feels big to even get to the final. For me, as a football fan and someone who lives and breathes our club, it means the flipping world. And the fact that we've even done that in the first place, Mendy made those massive saves. And as the game progresses, I felt like we started to evolve. Not just as a team, but as individuals on the pitch. You know, Kai Havertz out there, 21, 22 years old, whatever he is. Incredible. Everything. Sensational. And Mendy did exactly what he needed to do, and he deserved a green box tonight. My voice is going. I told you at the start, this could be a long one. But we move into box number 5, Christian Pulisic. He came off the bench, and I thought he was absolutely excellent. And I honestly think that even if there was that odd moment where I thought Real Madrid are getting closer, Real Madrid are getting more into it, when you see players like Christian Pulisic come off the bench and make that kind of impact at that age, when you've not started the game and in your mind you're probably thinking, I wish I started this game, like I'm a bit disappointed about that, but you come off the bench against Real Madrid and you make that kind of injection of influence. It was absolutely phenomenal. Box number 6 could have been Thiago Silva, who I thought was amazing. Azpilicueta, incredible out there tonight. Every single Chelsea player could have had a green box. I thought they were all incredible. I thought they were all brilliant. But box number 6, I want to, even if, everything goes tits up between now and the end of the season, if we lose the Champions League final, I just want to say thank you to Thomas Tuchel, who's come in, injected a belief into this team, which it's not the fans that are believing, it's the players. You can see that when they walk out of the tunnel at Stamford Bridge against Real Madrid, they believe they can win. And when I was sat there before I saw any of the footage building up to the game, I was beyond nervous. I was beyond worried that it's Real Madrid. We might not be able to beat them. I believe that Thomas Tuchel, as our manager, whether he wins this competition or not, is a huge reason as to why these players have that incredible self-belief to be able to play that way. Even, again, tactically, I could talk here for flipping a long time about how we've developed and engaged and evolved tactically under Thomas Tuchel. But from an emotive standpoint, which is pretty much the whole way I've approached this video, thank you, Thomas Tuchel. You've got us to our 3rd Champions League final in our history. And whether we win it or not, at least for me, winning this semi-final against Real Madrid and this build up to the final that we're all going to endear in and engage in and get excited about over the next few weeks or few days. Thank you. Honestly, it's flipping amazing. Football is flipping incredible. I'm going to stop now before I burst into flipping tears again. I know we've not even won it yet. I know that, but seriously, amazing. Chelsea 2, Real Madrid 0. 6 things we learned. I'm going to wrap this up here. I'll see you guys tomorrow with a bit more rationality. Goodbye.